Someone is coming forward with a confession that will confirm what your intuition has been telling you all along. Take a slow, steady breath before you hear this, because what you are about to experience is not random, not a coincidence, and not something you imagined in your head. You did not create this in your thoughts. You did not over-analyze the situation, and you did not misunderstand the signs that were right in front of you. Your intuition has been softly whispering to you for a long time, even during moments when you tried to silence it or push it aside. And very soon, someone is going to say the words out loud that match everything you have already felt deep inside. You felt it long before you could explain it clearly, before logic made sense of it, before you had proof, before any direct conversation happened. There was a quiet knowing inside you. It felt like a gentle pull you could not explain, a strange mix of heaviness and warmth in your chest. There were moments when their name appeared in your mind without any clear reason, and times when the silence between you felt louder and more powerful than actual words. You tried to ignore that feeling. You distracted yourself. You told yourself that maybe you were just imagining things. Maybe you were reading too much into small moments, but intuition does not shout or force itself on you. It waits calmly and patiently until the truth has space to arrive, and your intuition has been very patient with you. The reason for this is simple. This person has been holding back something important. The confession that is coming did not appear suddenly. It has been growing slowly over time, quietly, and sometimes painfully, inside their heart and mind. They did not stay silent because they did not care. In fact, they stayed silent because they cared more than they knew how to handle. They were afraid of saying the wrong thing, afraid of being rejected, afraid of changing the connection forever, and afraid of admitting feelings that felt too strong to control. They paid attention to you more than you realized. They noticed small changes in your mood, your energy, and your behavior. They remembered little details about you that you assumed no one else saw or valued. And many times when they almost decided to speak, fear stepped in and stopped them from going further. But fear cannot stay in control forever. Your intuition sensed their inner struggle even when nothing was spoken directly. You could feel that something between you was unfinished, like a sentence that never reached the last word. That is why the energy between you felt unresolved, and why the connection never completely faded away, no matter how much time or distance passed. Your intuition noticed their hesitation, their emotional distance that would suddenly shift into closeness again, and the indirect ways they tried to stay present in your life. You noticed the tension when you were near each other, the unspoken emotions in simple moments, and the way silence carried meaning. This was never confusion like you feared. It was truth being held back, and truth that is suppressed always finds a way to be expressed sooner or later. The reason the confession is happening now is because timing matters more than people realize. Something has changed, either inside you, inside them, or maybe within both of you at the same time. Maybe you started pulling your energy back and focusing more on yourself. Maybe you stopped chasing answers and stopped trying to force clarity. Maybe you chose peace over waiting and decided to release control. And strangely, that is exactly what created space for this truth to move toward you. When you stopped needing the answer so desperately, the answer began to move closer on its own. This confession is not about power or control anymore. It is about honesty becoming stronger than fear. When it happens, do not expect a dramatic speech like in a movie scene. It may arrive in a very normal, quiet moment that feels almost ordinary on the outside, but the emotional weight of it will be impossible to ignore. It might come in simple words like, "I have been wanting to tell you something," or "I do not know why I'm saying this now, but I have felt this for a long time," or even, "You were right, and you always were." And when those words are spoken, something inside you will become very still and calm, because you will recognize the truth right away without needing extra explanation. You will not feel shocked or surprised. Instead, you will feel confirmed. You will not say to yourself that you never saw it coming. You will quietly think, "I already knew." That calm reaction, that quiet sense of understanding in your chest, is your intuition being validated. Life is not trying to surprise you with something new. It is simply confirming what your inner voice has known for a long time. What this person is really confessing goes deeper than just romantic feelings. They are admitting that they tried to fight their emotions, that they struggled to let you go even when they pretended they could, and that distance did not erase what they felt. They are admitting that pretending not to care was exhausting, that silence was heavy for them too, and that holding everything inside became too difficult. This confession is not only an emotional release for them, but also a release for you. It clears the air that felt thick for so long. This moment is powerful for you because it is not just about love or connection. It is about learning to trust yourself again. Once this happens, you will understand that your intuition is strong and accurate, your emotional awareness is real, and your inner voice can be trusted. You were never too sensitive, never dramatic, never foolish, and never wrong. You were simply aware of something real before it had words. You were being prepared for this moment through everything you have experienced recently, including emotional growth, learning to detach, building inner strength, and becoming comfortable with uncertainty. None of those lessons were wasted. You needed to become steady enough inside to hear the truth without losing yourself in it, and now you are in that place. After the confession, it is important to remember that honesty does not automatically mean a perfect fairy tale beginning. What it truly brings is clarity where there was confusion, truth where there were guesses, and power returning to your hands. You get to decide what happens next, not from a place of longing or fear, but from a place of awareness and self-respect. That is real growth and real strength. If you are hearing this and feeling emotional, that is a form of confirmation. If you feel calm instead of anxious, that shows you are in alignment with yourself. If this message feels familiar and close to your heart, that is your intuition recognizing its moment. You did not imagine this connection. You did not misunderstand the energy. You did not wait for no reason. Someone is truly coming with a confession that matches everything you already sensed deep inside. As this moment approaches, do not rush anything. Do not try to force a conversation, and do not begin doubting yourself now. Allow the truth to arrive in its own natural way and timing, because when it does, you will realize something very meaningful. Your intuition did not only sense love, it also sensed the right time for that love to be spoken, and that time is finally here. As you move forward from this point, there is a deeper layer to what this moment brings into your life, and it is not something loud or overwhelming, but something steady and grounding that slowly settles inside you. After the confession is spoken and the truth is finally placed in the open, you may notice a shift in your body before your mind even reacts. Your shoulders relax. Your breath feels fuller. The constant mental noise that once circled around unanswered questions begins to quiet down. This happens because clarity has a calming effect on the soul. For so long, your energy was tied up in wondering, sensing, and waiting, even when you told yourself you were fine. Now that energy returns to you. You may replay past moments in your mind and suddenly see them with new understanding. Little interactions that once confused you now make sense. Words that felt incomplete suddenly connect. Silence that once felt heavy now feels explained. This does not pull you backward into the past. Instead, it frees you from it. You are no longer carrying unspoken tension or emotional guessing. What comes next is a period of choice, and choice feels very different when it comes from awareness instead of emotional hunger. You are no longer chasing a feeling or hoping for validation. You are standing in your own clarity, seeing the situation for what it truly is. This allows you to respond rather than react. You may feel compassion for the other person, understanding how fear kept them quiet and how difficult it was for them to speak their truth. At the same time, you also feel compassion for yourself, recognizing how patient you were, how much you trusted your inner voice even when it felt uncomfortable, and how strong you became in the process. This balance is important. It keeps you from losing yourself in their emotions or forgetting your own needs. Whatever direction this connection takes from here, it will be built on honesty rather than assumption. And that alone is a powerful shift. You may notice that you no longer feel the urge to analyze every message, every pause, or every small change in behavior. Your nervous system starts to feel safer because truth creates stability. Even if there are still questions ahead, they no longer feel threatening. You know now that you can handle uncertainty, that you can trust your timing, and that you do not need to force outcomes to feel secure. This moment also strengthens your relationship with yourself. You begin to respect your intuition more deeply, not as something mystical or dramatic, but as a quiet guide that has proven its reliability. This confidence carries into other areas of your life as well. You listen more closely to your inner signals. You hesitate less when something feels off. You move forward with more self-trust. That is one of the greatest gifts of this experience. It teaches you that patience is not weakness, that silence does not always mean absence, and that truth has its own rhythm. As you continue from here, remember that you are not obligated to rush toward a conclusion or label. You are allowed to take your time to feel what you feel and to choose what aligns with your peace. This chapter is not about proving anything to anyone. It is about honoring what you know and allowing your life to unfold with greater honesty and self-respect. Whatever happens next, you are no longer waiting in the dark. You are standing in awareness, and that changes everything. As this awareness settles deeper into you, another quiet transformation begins to take place, one that you may not notice all at once, but will feel over time in small, meaningful ways. You start to realize that you are no longer operating from fear of loss or fear of being misunderstood. Instead, you are moving from a place of self-connection, where your emotions feel steady and your thoughts feel clearer. You begin to understand that this experience was never meant to rush you into an outcome, but to slow you down enough to truly see yourself. The waiting, the sensing, the moments of doubt and hope were shaping you into someone who can now hold truth without collapsing under its weight. You may notice that conversations feel lighter, that your reactions are calmer, and that you are less triggered by uncertainty in general. This is because your inner world has found balance. You no longer need constant reassurance because you have learned how to reassure yourself. You no longer feel the urge to chase clarity because clarity has already arrived within you. Even if this connection continues to unfold slowly, it will do so without the emotional pressure that once existed. And if it takes a different path, you will meet that reality with grace rather than resistance. There is strength in knowing that you will be okay either way, and that strength changes how you show up in every interaction. You may also find yourself becoming more present in the moment, enjoying simple things without your mind drifting back to unanswered questions. Your attention returns to your own life, your goals, your creativity, and your sense of purpose. This is not because the connection no longer matters, but because it no longer defines you. You are grounded in yourself first, and that creates healthier space for any relationship to exist. Over time, you will see that this experience refined your emotional awareness. It taught you how to listen beneath words, how to trust subtle feelings, and how to stay open without abandoning yourself. These lessons stay with you long after the moment has passed. They influence how you love, how you communicate, and how you protect your peace. You become more selective with your energy, not out of fear, but out of respect for yourself. And in this space, whatever is meant to grow will grow naturally, without force or confusion. You are no longer waiting for signs or signals. You are living in alignment with what you already know. This is where real emotional maturity lives, not in dramatic endings or perfect beginnings, but in quiet confidence and inner stability. And as you continue forward, you carry with you a deeper trust in life itself, knowing that what is true will always find its way to the surface, and what is meant for you will never require you to lose yourself to receive it. As you continue walking forward with this new sense of clarity, you may notice that your relationship with time itself begins to change. You stop feeling rushed by invisible deadlines or pressured by expectations that were never clearly defined. Instead, you feel present, rooted in the moment you are standing in now. There is a quiet confidence that follows you, not the kind that needs to be announced or proven, but the kind that lives in your posture, your tone, and the way you carry yourself. You trust that what needs to be said will be said, and what needs to unfold will unfold without you forcing it. This trust allows you to rest emotionally, something you may not have realized you needed for a long time. You begin to understand that the connection you sensed was never meant to consume you, but to awaken you. It showed you how deeply you can feel, how perceptive you are, and how strong your inner awareness truly is. With this understanding, you stop doubting your emotional depth and start honoring it. You recognize that sensitivity is not weakness, and intuition is not imagination. They are forms of intelligence that guided you through uncertainty and delivered you safely to truth. You may also notice that you are less affected by mixed signals or emotional inconsistency now. Where confusion once pulled you inward, clarity now acts as a filter. You see people more clearly for who they are and where they are emotionally capable of meeting you. This does not make you cold or detached. It makes you honest with yourself. You allow others to show you who they are without trying to change them or fill in the gaps for them. This self-respect becomes your new foundation. From this place, your choices become cleaner and more aligned. You no longer stay in situations hoping they will turn into something else. You choose what feels stable, mutual, and emotionally real. And if something no longer meets you where you are, you let it go without resentment. This emotional maturity brings a sense of peace that stays with you even in moments of uncertainty. You trust yourself to navigate whatever comes next. You know that you do not need to chase validation or over-explain your worth. Your presence alone carries enough truth. As life continues to move around you, you remain centered, open, and aware. And that is the quiet power this journey has given you, the power to move forward without fear, to listen without doubt, and to live without abandoning the wisdom that has always lived inside you. As you keep moving through this phase of your life, the understanding you gained does not fade, it deepens. Each day, even in moments that seem ordinary, you notice how differently you respond to people, situations, and emotions. You are no longer pulled into emotional storms as quickly as before, and when challenges appear, you meet them with steadiness rather than panic. This is because something inside you has settled. The constant questioning, the silent wondering, and the emotional guessing no longer control your inner world. You trust yourself enough now to pause before reacting, to listen before speaking, and to feel without becoming overwhelmed by what you feel. This shift is subtle but powerful. You start to notice that your boundaries become clearer without you needing to explain them. You naturally move away from what drains you and toward what nourishes you. You no longer feel guilty for choosing peace over emotional chaos, or for choosing yourself over situations that require you to shrink. This new way of being does not come from closing your heart, but from understanding its value. You still care deeply, you still feel strongly, but you are no longer willing to lose yourself in uncertainty or emotional imbalance. As time passes, you also realize that the connection you sensed taught you something important about patience. Not the kind of patience that waits endlessly without purpose, but the kind that observes, learns, and grows while allowing life to reveal its truth. You see now that waiting was never about another person. It was about becoming emotionally ready to receive clarity without fear. You were learning how to stand firmly in yourself even when answers were delayed. This lesson stays with you. It changes how you approach everything in life, from relationships to personal goals. You stop forcing outcomes and start trusting timing. You understand that what arrives too early may not be held properly, and what arrives too late may no longer be needed. Timing, you learn, is not punishment or reward, it is alignment. And you begin to respect it rather than fight it. This respect brings ease into your life. You feel less pressure to control every detail and more willingness to flow with what unfolds. Naturally, you may also notice a new sense of emotional honesty within yourself. You allow yourself to feel joy without questioning it and sadness without judging it. You no longer suppress emotions to appear strong, nor do you exaggerate them to be seen. You simply allow them to exist and pass through you. This emotional balance makes you more present in your own life. You enjoy conversations more fully, listen more attentively, and speak more truthfully. You are no longer trying to read between the lines or search for hidden meanings. You take people at their word and their actions at face value, trusting that what is real will show consistency over time. This simplicity brings peace. Over time, you may notice that others respond differently to you as well. Some feel calmer around you, some feel more open, some may even feel challenged by your grounded presence because it reflects truths they may not be ready to face within themselves. You do not take this personally. You understand now that everyone is on their own journey, moving at their own pace. You no longer feel responsible for fixing, saving, or carrying anyone emotionally. You offer understanding where it is welcomed and distance where it is needed. This emotional independence does not isolate you. It strengthens your connections. The relationships that remain feel more mutual, more honest, and more respectful. You stop chasing emotional depth in places where it cannot exist and start investing in spaces where it naturally grows. You also begin to recognize the value of silence in a new way. Silence no longer feels like rejection or absence. It feels like space. Space to breathe, to reflect, and to reconnect with yourself. You are no longer afraid of quiet moments because you trust what lives within them. You trust yourself enough to sit alone with your thoughts without needing constant distraction. This inner comfort becomes one of your greatest strengths. It allows you to enjoy your own company and to enter connections from a place of fullness rather than need. As you continue forward, you realize that this experience reshaped your definition of love and connection. Love, you understand now, is not about constant intensity or emotional highs. It is about safety, clarity, and mutual presence. It is about being able to show up as yourself without fear of being misunderstood or dismissed. This understanding helps you recognize healthier connections when they appear. You become more patient with beginnings and more accepting of endings. You no longer cling to what is uncertain nor resist what is complete. You honor each chapter for what it taught you rather than for how long it lasted. This mindset gives you emotional freedom. You feel lighter, not because you care less, but because you carry less emotional weight that was never yours to hold. As days turn into weeks and weeks into months, you may look back and realize how far you have come without even noticing the steps. The version of you who once questioned everything now trusts deeply. The version of you who once waited anxiously now moves calmly. The version of you who once doubted their inner voice now listens to it with respect. This growth is quiet, but it is real. It shows in the way you choose peace over drama, clarity over confusion, and honesty over avoidance. You do not need validation for this growth. You feel it in your body, in your thoughts, and in your decisions. And as you continue living from this place, you remain open to connection without being dependent on it. You welcome honesty, but you do not chase it. You allow feelings, but you do not let them overpower your sense of self. You understand now that real connection does not require you to abandon your intuition or silence your needs. It meets you where you are, respects your boundaries, and grows with time. This awareness stays with you, guiding you gently through whatever comes next. You move forward not with certainty about outcomes, but with trust in yourself. And that trust becomes the foundation of everything you build from here. As you continue along this path, something even deeper begins to settle within you, something that cannot be rushed or forced, only lived and experienced. You begin to notice that your sense of self no longer shifts based on how others respond to you. Where once you may have searched for signs of reassurance in words, tone, or behavior, now you find that reassurance inside your own awareness. You feel steady even when situations are unclear, because you understand that clarity no longer defines your worth or your direction. This does not mean you stop caring or feeling. It means you stop attaching your peace to outcomes you cannot control. You move with a quiet certainty that whatever unfolds will not break you, because you have already learned how to hold yourself through uncertainty. This creates a sense of inner safety that follows you everywhere. You trust yourself to walk away when something no longer aligns, and you trust yourself to stay present when something feels honest and mutual. This balance allows you to engage with life without fear of losing yourself. You may notice that your emotional reactions feel softer now, not because you are disconnected, but because you are no longer operating from old wounds or unresolved tension. When something hurts, you acknowledge it without letting it define you. When something excites you, you allow joy without clinging to it.